We are here in the mountains of Gilboa, and that's the area where King Ahab was ruling from. And you know, he was married to Jezebel, and Jezebel was worshiping idols. And God didn't like that at all. So God's punishment was ordained to come on Israel because they left the living God and they worshiped Baal and Astarte, you know, heathen gods, the moon god. And the God of Israel, who created heaven and earth, sent always prophets to warn his people. But now the king of Syria, Ben-Hadad, he was trying to attack King Ahab. And he took with him 32 other kings to attack King Ahab. So he went to Gilboa to King Ahab and he sent a message, "Give me your wives, give me your best sons, and give me your silver and give me your gold." And, you know, King Ahab, he saw that, you know, he was in minority and the people of Israel would be not winning this battle. So he sent a message to King Ben-Hadad and said, "Yes, King, I'm willing to give you my wives and I'm willing to give you silver and gold." But then King Ben-Hadad from Syria, he sent another officer and he said, you know, in a letter, "My people, my officers also will check all your palaces and all the houses of the officers of Israel, and they will take whatever they want." And then King Ahab went to the leaders of Israel and said, "You know, King Ben-Hadad from Syria, he's making troubles. What shall I do? I offered him my wives, I offered him silver and gold, but he has not enough. He also wants to take everything in the house, in the palace, and everything in the houses of the officers. What shall I do?" So the leaders of Israel said, "Don't do what this heathen king of Syria says. God can help us. We resist him." So King Ahab asked, "What shall I do?" And the leader said, "Take the young people of Israel, you know, the young soldiers, the brave soldiers, and let them fight, you know, and the God of Israel, he can help us, even if we are in minority." So King Ahab, he did what the leaders of Israel said. And, you know, the 32 kings and the Syrian king were now ready for battle. And you know what? The king of Syria received the message that King Ahab wouldn't accept, that he would just go in all the houses and take everything with him. So the king of Syria decided to attack Israel. You know, but they did a thing which was very, very wrong. In the middle of a battle, they drank alcohol. So the other kings, the 32 kings and King Ben-Hadad from Syria, they drank alcohol. And they were saying, "Oh, we wipe out Israel." And they trusted in their heathen idol gods. But they didn't think that Israel has a God who created heaven and earth and who can help. So the brave young man attacked the multitude of 33 kings and their soldiers in the hills of Gilboa. And you know what? The young Israeli soldiers were winning the battle. But a prophet said, "You will have another attack from Syria. Just get ready for another battle." You know, God said to his people not to worship idols. And when they worshipped idols, God allowed it that other kings came and attacked Israel. And I want to read in the Bible the verse that says that you should not worship idols. In Kings 17, verse 35 it says, "Do not worship any other gods. Do not bow down to them or offer them a sacrifice. Worship only me. I am the one who rescued you from Egypt with my mighty power. Bow down to me and offer sacrifices. Never worship any other god. Always obey my laws and teachings. And remember the solemn agreement between us. I will say it again, do not worship any god except me. I am the Lord your God, and I will rescue you from your enemies." So because Ben-Hadad, the Syrian king, was so proud and he thought he had much more power than the people of Israel, and he didn't think that there is a living God, because he was so proud, God another time helped the people of Israel. So he again attacked, and the advisor said, you know, the people of Israel have a God who helps them in the hill countries and not in the valleys. So they tried to attack Israel another time in the valley. But God helped the people of Israel. You know, there were thousands and thousands of soldiers, and still God gave the people of Israel the victory. Wasn't that wonderful? Even King Ahab didn't follow the Lord with all his heart. Still, he listened to the people of Israel, because there were another 7,000 who didn't worship Baal. And just because of this minority, God helped the people of Israel. So the people of Israel again were winning this war, and thousands of soldiers were killed by the Israeli army. And God gave them peace, but again King Ahab did something which was not right. You know, they captured all the soldiers, or many of them were dying, but the king of Syria, Ben-Hadad, he was hiding. And they said, you know, the Israelites, they always keep their promises. So we try to sneak in and see, you know, if you have a chance to live. And then some delegates said, yes, Ben-Hadad is still alive, and he honors you, and he offers you that you can have shops in Damascus like before, and he will give you back towns. So King Ahab let him come up his chariot and talked to him, oh yes, you're like my brother, you can live. And so King Ben-Hadad, who did so evil things, didn't get the punishment he deserved. And a prophet came to King Ahab and said, why didn't you punish this evil king? God gave you the victory. Why did you do that? And Ahab was disobeying God. That's why he got depressive and very angry. And then he did another bad mistake. After such a great miracle God did, he again did something which God didn't like at all. You know, he wanted a piece of property, a vineyard, just next to his palace from Nabal. And Nabal said, this vineyard is in our family's possession since generations, and I can't give it to you. And then King Ahab was depressive and was laying down and just staring to the wall and was not eating, just because he didn't get this vineyard. He had so many things. He had such a big property, and he just wanted something he couldn't have. And that's why he was depressive. But his wife, Jezebel, came in and said, you are the king. Just take what you want. I'm going to do something. And he should have stopped her. But he didn't. So Jezebel did a very, very bad thing. She went to the town where Naboth lived and said, we have to get 2 liars and don't eat, and bring Naboth out and accuse him of of that he has been cursing God and has been cursing the king. So 2 liar witnesses came out with the leaders of that town, and they said that, and the leaders of the town stoned Naboth to death. And that was so bad, and God saw it, and God's punishment would come on Jezebel, and also, of course, on King Ahab. And the prophet told him that the punishment would come. And it came in the next war. There were prophets who told the truth not to attack, only one prophet. And the other prophet said, attack the king of Syria again. And he didn't listen to the right prophet, who warned him not to attack the Syrian king. And there he lost his life. And God said that where the blood of Naboth was, your blood will be. And this happened then. God punished him because he was so evil. So you can see that God is a righteous God, and he sees everything. And if people do wrong things, they will reap what they sow, and his punishment would come. But in the next program, there'll be again a very nice program where God did a miracle, and he used his prophet Elisha. But which kind of a miracle then happens, I will tell you in the next program. So rely on God, even if there are circumstances where you think, oh, I have no answer, and the enemy is too strong. God can help you. Just pray to him in the name of Jesus. See you in the next program.